I want to continue from where we left. We are talking about regimes. We are talking about continuity within regimes and across regimes. There is something that hurts me the most.
Yes.
And this one is also in the national government. One of the biggest wastage of resources is when, for example, a certain governor has started a project.
Yes.
They have done 2-3 projects. The projects have not been completed. You get? Then another regime comes, and then they totally ignore the projects which were started by the previous. They start other new projects. And my question is, don't we have policies on continuity of projects? Because these projects end up like the government wasted money. The projects are neglected because this governor does not want to finish the work that was started by the other one because they know the other person will get the credit. How are we going to deal with that? Because it's a big problem in this nation, and specifically also in Kericho. Should you become governor?
Yes, that's a very difficult question because it has 2 parts. One is the viability of a project.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you would find the regime begins a project that may not really be very beneficial
to
Mwananchi. And that is, I would give an example for two cases in Kericho. We have a project that was started in the first devolution of government in a place called Soinsigawet. It is a sweet potato project that was built on a private land. So it makes it very difficult for any regime, even my regime, to come and continue unless you sort out the existing challenges within the project.
So it becomes hard to continue an illegality.
Number 2, we also had a project in Kericho called Keep Kobo Water Project. A very good project that was done, but it had integrity issues from the beginning. So it becomes also very difficult to continue with such projects. So one of the things that any county government should be able to do as they assume power is first to be able to carry out a thorough audit. To find out those projects that can be continued without breaking the law and also continued by ensuring that it serves the people. Then number 2, to also look at those projects that may not be verifiable and actually support the county government to discontinue or ensuring if it has to continue, and then there are certain things that needs to be realigned. So those are some of the challenges that normally occurs when you look at it now in a very objective way. But also there are other governors and leaders. Let me say there are other leaders who do not want to continue what their predecessors were doing at an expense of the Mwananchi.
Yes.
That is why if the project is viable, then that is...
If it meets all the standards
and it is useful to the community,
it should be continued.
Lakini kama itasaidia mwananchi, and also it is a project that was done in a way that is not good, then you might consider supporting another project.
Because this is very common across the counties and across the country. Who is supposed to be responsible to ensure that the projects which are being initiated by a certain regime, they are viable, they are of interest to Mwananchi, they will help Mwananchi, and they are sustainable. Because what I know in the contracting part, in most cases, the counties pump a lot of money in those projects, and even the contractors take the counties to court to demand their money if their plans have been thwarted on the way. Who is it? The national government that is supposed to oversee, or who is supposed to make sure this wastage does not begin in the first place?
There are two arms that plays very critical role. The first one is the controller of the budget.
National or county?
There is a coordinator at the county level, but the approvals are basically done at the national government. So the controller of the budget should actually be able to guide the counties to be able to do projects that are within the law and also following all the procurement processes well. That is the first one. Then number two, within the county government, it rests with the CEO of the county, who is advised by the county attorney.
Now the CEO is the governor.
It is the governor, who is advised by the county attorney to ensure that at least whenever a project is done, then it follows the law from point A to point B. The biggest challenges that we have, and I would say that it's cutting across even in our counties, sometimes are the roadside declarations of a project. You visit a given community, then while at the community,
you promise them, and there is no plans at the county level.
It's not in the budget, number one. Then number two, if you say that it will be done on a Monday and you're speaking on a Friday, it would mean that there is no procurement.
So in short, you have given an executive order.
You've given an executive order that is not implementable.
Okay.
Because also for us to be able to become leaders, we must be trusted with what we say. What the chief executive says at the county level should actually be something that is within the law.
And I understand, because now the governor or even the president goes back with the ego. That must be done, I promised. Even when there was no budget for that.
And those are the things that are bringing in our pending bills. Because it was not in the budget, and therefore it will not be paid within the financial year. So it is pushed to the coming year.
So that now you can start planning for something that has already happened.
That becomes a pending bill. And I like the ruling that was made, I think 2 days ago, that any pending bill, actually the director of procurement takes full responsibility.
Okay.
Because he's a custodian.
Okay.
He or she is a custodian of the process.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daktari, for your insight. And I think the people of Kericho will continue hearing you more and more. I want you to give a parting shot.
Yes. One is to thank you for hosting me today in this house.
Yes.
In this series. Then number two is to appreciate the people of Kericho, that they are great people, and we will continue engaging with them on matters leadership, because Kericho remains our business. From the person kutoka kwa mama mboga mpaka our colleagues that are working in the offices, kila mtu ako na sauti, and therefore we will be I am appealing to the people of Kericho that we engage on matters development, so that we can be able to have the best manifesto when it comes to 2027. Number two is also to appreciate the people of Kericho that have reached out to me, and I would want to confirm to them that I'm listening to their voices, and tutasema jambo hapo mbele.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Bor, and thank you very much, the Kenyans and the people from Kericho. You have heard him. You can follow us. Make sure you follow us on our podcast. We will be bringing more leaders and aspirants in this show. We want you to ask questions in the comments once you follow. Talkchat podcast is a podcast that is dedicated to giving leaders a platform for the sake of ensuring there is development in this country and also in the counties.